The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily represent those of NCTV, its officers and volunteers, or Cox Cable or Frontier Communications, their employees, or the town of Newington, its elected officials or employees. The producer of this program is solely responsible for its content.
How are you? Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everybody!
This is the first program of 2019. If you're just joining us, it's January 7th. It's the first. No, it's actually. This is the second Tuesday. Is it the first Tuesday? Monday. It's Monday. Okay, it's the first Monday. Thank you. Wow, it was a heck of a New Year's.
Yeah, remember we're on Mondays.
That's right. It's the first Monday. It is the 7th of January. Boy, what a great New Year's Eve it was. No.
That's wild, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty
At your age.
Yeah. I'm Steve Parker. He's your mayor. Roy's Artarian. Every town should have at least one.
One's Artarian or one mayor. Which one?
So, hey, how were your holidays? Everything go all right?
Everything was nice. Everything was nice and quiet, just the way I like it.
Were you here in Vermont?
No, I was here.
Yeah?
I was here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't travel too far. Went as far as Wethersfield for Christmas dinner.
Okay. You know anybody over there, or did you just know about
I just knocked on a couple of doors till they let me in.
Oh, God. And what about New Year's? Did you go crazy
New Year's
on that?
went to a friend's, and I was fast asleep by 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That was a wild New Year's for me.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I fall asleep, and then I try to remember to wake up before midnight so I can have a little cider. Yeah, so
I had my cider ahead of time. And
oh, yeah?
There is a cider made in Vermont. It's a hard cider.
I'll bet.
And it's called Dirty Mare.
That's his nickname. You're looking at him right there, Dirty Mare.
No, not really.
Dirty Mare, but the horse, right?
Yeah. So no, like the elected official.
Really?
Yes.
Did they name it after you?
I hope not.
Dirty Mare.
I hope not. Dirty Mare. I discovered it in Burlington, Vermont, when I was up there on vacation. And since then, I've found that Connecticut Beverage Mart now carries it.
How did you discover Dirty Mare in Burlington,
I was
Vermont?
in the store I go to for Hetty Topper beer, which is a cult beer.
What do we got? Sponsors going on now? We got Dirty
Mares. You're going to be promoting your
selling beer
book in a bit. And while I was in the beer section, I looked around. They had the hard cider, and there was cases of Dirty Mare beer. I said, "Oh my!"
Did you bring some home?
Of course I did.
The little one on your desk in your office?
No, I don't do that. It's
you don't
alcoholic.
do Dirty Mare in your office?
It's alcoholic, so I can't bring it into the building. I have to consume it at home in a responsible fashion.
And I saw you up at the Humane Society yesterday.
Yes,
when
that was quite a day.
That
was quite a day when I think it's the first time Mr. Lamont has been in town. Mm-hmm. And he and Lieutenant Governor-elect Bisowitz were observing the Connecticut Day of Service. I guess they started in Westport and worked their way up to Hartford.
Yep.
And they stopped by the Humane Society. We all got a nice tour.
Yeah, they did our shelter in Westport, and as a matter of fact, I think, in fact, the governor-elect, I think the lieutenant governor-elect was in Westport.
Yeah.
And then the governor-elect caught up with her up here in Newington. So they went to both of our shelters. We have Waterford and Westport, and then Newington. Got to get them down to Waterford next. Nice guy, though. Really nice.
Yeah. So,
of course, they all seem that way, don't they, Roy? In the very beginning, they all seemed so nice.
I know.
Once he's in that office a couple days.
Wait a little. Once the legislature gets a hold of them, that's all going to change.
Yeah, and everything's going to be kicking off on Wednesday.
Yeah. They're having they'll all be sworn in and the inauguration and all that. I was invited to the inaugural ball.
Really?
Yeah, but it's $200 a pop to get in. So
Not much of an invitation when they tell you it's $200.
I
Come on
know.
along if you got $200. We'd love to see you.
I know. So I think I'm going to pass.
I think I've got something I'm going to at a public relations firm or something at a restaurant or something between 4 and 6 on Wednesday. But it's the public relations firm Sullivan and Lashane,
Yeah.
who works with the Humane Society. So
Okay.
I might do that. All right.
Hey, we have to do Roy's restaurant reviews. Let's not forget that. There are a couple of new places in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's the Damascus Grill down where Caribbean Concepts used to be, behind the 7-Eleven on Willard Avenue. I've tried that one out. To die for lentil soup. Very good, very good. Highly recommend it. Kebabs, and their sandwiches are pretty good. Grape leaves, I still prefer mine for stuffed grape leaves, my homemade. And then I just tried today Dilly's on Market Square.
Dilly's?
Dilly's, D-I-L-L-Y,
What's that?
apostrophe S. It's a Caribbean place where Envy Cafe used to be.
Okay. MV Cafe's gone?
Envy Cafe is
And now
gone.
Dilly's is in there.
Now Dilly's is in there. They've taken over the cafe space. They got some limited seating. Both these places do catering as well as takeout, and Damascus has some tables. So, but Dilly's is Caribbean. I had a chicken patty. I had their red pea soup, just what you needed today. It was cold enough for red pea soup. And worth stopping by.
We'll be back with more meals with the mayor right after this. Sounds like you've been doing a lot of dining around town, but if you look at the size of the two guys you brought next to you, it doesn't look like you've missed a meal in a while.
I'm not going to mess with either one of them.
Holy cow! Want to thank Patty Foley, who again brought us a couple of guys to live at her house. No, only kidding, Patty. No, this is Patty had dropped us a note and said that our brawlers here in town have
That's
had
right.
quite a successful season, and they're going to move on to the bowl. So let's say hello to is it the Connecticut Brawlers?
It's a Newington, Connecticut Brawlers.
Newington,
yes.
Connecticut Brawlers.
You betcha.
All right, and sitting next to us right now, we have Rick Bashan, who's the coach and owner, and Mark Seams, who's the team manager, and he's also player number 12 and a defensive tackle. Oh, my God. We can use them to go pick up checks. I got a couple of guys that owe me money. So how many years have the Brawlers been active here in town?
In town here, we're going on our third year now.
Okay, now were the Brawlers somewhere else before you came to Newington?
Yes, sir. We were in Waterbury for 4 years before that.
Okay. Now, what was it that brought you here to town?
Because I always wanted to be in Newington. I'm a Newington resident.
Oh, okay.
I've lived here for my whole life. My business is in town here. My kids went to school here. I coached here. Every sport in town for many years. And I always wanted to be in my own hometown.
So the people in Waterbury got to be going, what the heck was going on?
Yeah, they weren't very happy when
Did you
we
leave
left.
there in the still of the night like the cold still?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, Mayor O'Leary was very disappointed because he used to come to our games, and I used to let him call one play. This is a secret, but I used to let him call one play.
Oh, okay.
One play game, he got the call.
And how much of a loss did you?
It was. I don't know where he got it from, but we just nodded our head, and they did whatever they did. So, and he was thrilled. So,
Good.
Anytime you want to come down and call a play, you got.
All right, sounds
You
good
heard
to
it
me.
here.
I gotta keep that in mind.
Now, what? Tell us. I mean, it is a challenge because you said you have to kind of wait in line sometimes to get on the Clem Lemire field, or how does that scheduling work out? And sometimes you play over in New Britain, or how do you work out a schedule?
Anybody that has a sports team in any town these days, fields are at a premium. And especially our time of year in fall. Well, there's soccer, there's lacrosse now, there's youth football, there's us trying to use one field. And it's almost impossible to try and please everybody. So we do have a backup field in New Britain that we use whenever we can't get our hometown field here. We much prefer being at Clem Lemire.
Oh, beautiful.
in our home.
Where's your backup field?
New Britain High School.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do people? You said a lot of the promotion you do on Facebook. Is that how people find out about you, or what's the scoop?
Yes.
How do you keep getting the word out there? I mean, it's got to be a tough thing to do.
Well, we've been doing it by meeting people. We've done a ton of community service in the last. I've been doing community service in this town for 25 years, helping people. I have a small flooring store in town.
Okay.
So
You only do small floors?
yeah, just small.
So if we need a big floor done, we can't go to his place.
no.
It's a small floor. No, I'm sorry. What's the name of your flooring store?
It's Bashan Flooring,
Okay.
and we.
Give me $5. I just let you say the name. No,
That's
no.
okay.
And now, where's your business located in Newington?
Well, I don't have a storefront anymore, so
Okay.
I'm old now, so I'm just taking care of the people that I've been taking care of for
okay.
years and years, and doing that, and word of mouth and that, and
Is it commercial type?
I do
flooring?
mostly all residential,
residential,
stuff. Yeah,
okay.
I do all my own work, so I
Really?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do tile and stuff?
everything to do with the floor. Yeah,
Okay, great. That's terrific.
got to pay the bill. Got to pay the brawler bills now.
Oh my gosh. Well, it can't be it can't be cheap to run a football team.
It's not. It's the fields are expensive. The league fees are expensive. Insurance kills us. So it's about $30,000 a year. That's without any playoff games, and it's great, and it's also not so great when you make the playoffs, because that means more field time, more referee fees, insurance longer, and that's what we've run into right now. Now we've qualified to go to Florida to play for the national championship, be the #1 team in the country.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Now, so where are your standings right now if you do get to Florida? How many other teams go to Florida?
There's 4 divisions in the United States, and we're in the 2nd division, so we're AA. So there's 8 teams playing in Florida, single A championship, AA championship, AAA, and elite.
But you need $15,000 to get there.
And the unfortunate thing is you have to play in to go there, so we can't save up for it a month in advance. You have to win to go in, and we've never even been this close. We beat teams that I never would have. I don't say this, but I never would have thought we would have beat to get there. I mean, our team is phenomenal this year.
Well, I think we should probably check in with your team manager, because Mark Seams has been very quiet down there, and you're saying the team's phenomenal and everything else. That's because you're the owner of the team. I hate to tell us. I don't think you'd be telling us that if your floors were buckling. No, but I mean, you're going to say the great things about the team, but you're out there literally on the front line. So what's going on with the team this year? How did you do so well? I mean, just recruiting, or how did you get these kind of players? What's the deal?
Well, Coach he's been around the players and been around the league for quite some time. So, recruiting, you find a couple of key players, and you kind of give them, the free will to kind of bring, teammates or friends or whoever has played in the past. So they come, they try out, and we see, where they end up.
So how many new guys you usually bring in on a yearly basis? Do they rotate out? Do they go to different teams? What kind of guys are these?
Yeah, so they'll rotate pretty much every other year, or you have longtime brawlers. So you have brawlers that have been with us since we came to Newington. You pretty much have 20 core guys, and you have other guys who either maybe go up a level, go down a level, or they'll play overseas during our season. They'll go to our arena football, stuff like that. Yeah, Coach had a couple players actually went on to the NFL.
Wow.
So it's definitely
You know how to pick 'em
legitimate.
then.
It's a legitimate league. So.
And you say that you're going out and you do a lot of community service stuff to try to stay out in front of people. Are you getting any kind of press on this stuff? You get into Newington Life, or
Well.
not it isn't great that you're doing this stuff, but I mean, it'd be great if people know that you're doing it.
So see, we have a program. We're not a football team. We're a football.
That's right.
We're a football program.
Okay.
And my program is about giving guys a second chance.
Okay.
Guys that maybe should have went to college but didn't because of grades or whatever reason to play football again, and maybe they've been in trouble a little bit.
Yep.
I'm very proud of the fact that we've had over 150 guys either on probation or parole, and I've only had 1 reoffender in 8 years. Wow. The average rate is 65% every 2 years. Wow. And I've only had 1 reoffender, over 150 guys in there. Because before these guys can even step on the field, they've got to do community service.
Oh, I got
They've
you.
got to go out and help. They got to show me that they're worthy of being on this team. Because I'm going to go out of my way. I go to places like Kohl's, Home Depot, Lowe's, Dunkin' Donuts. I meet with the regional representatives, and they'll give my guys a chance. If they say they're from the Brawler program, they actually hire them if they have a blemish on their record or two. But knowing that they've been with me for a year or two, That's what our program's about.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's wonderful.
It's more than just football.
Oh, football's the hook. Football's the hook to get them interested. But they've got to earn that right to put that jersey on. You just don't show up and say, hey, I'm here, let's go.
Oh, yeah, so these guys have been through some serious, in many cases, some serious battles before they even earn the right to play on your team.
Absolutely.
You're a good support system for them, and that's really interesting.
And we're a year-round organization. We're shoveling driveways. But see, we don't do it to get publicity. We don't call up the newspaper like some people do one little thing and they have 19 people there, taking pictures of them with a shovel there. Yeah. We've been doing this for years. I just never told nobody about it. We've been helping the vets in town, the elderly in town for years.
So I can get you to give us a hand at the Iwo Jima Memorial?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I've done leaves for a couple of people that work here. Did their whole yard, clean their gutters out. We climb up on
I like to hang on to this guy. Get us
We ought to.
It's funny.
Absolutely.
I will say the other day, sometimes we have people in town that are looking for money.
Yeah.
And I finally saw a guy that said, holding up a sign that said, we'll work for food. And I just pulled over and said, so what kind of work can you do? And he says, I can paint, I can do carpentry and all that stuff. Because I guarantee you, hardly anybody ever asks. And when you give somebody an opportunity like that, it makes a big, big difference. And I've had some friends that have been given more than one shot. But it takes guys like you to do that.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us right now, this is the Talk to the Mayor program for 2019, our first program. And this is January 7th. So if you're watching it on any other date, that means that we are not live. Our phone lines, we always have them open if you have a question. I think we got Vicki Rosenkrantz in there tonight. I think we've got the entire Rosenkrantz family. Yeah, we've got the doc on the camera over there.
Do.
And we've got some Rosenkrantzes that we can't even tell you who they are, but they're behind the scenes. There's always, if there's a chance, you need a Rosenkrantz. So I want to thank Vicki back there. She's on the phone, so if you would like to give her a call, 667-5814. And what she'll do is she'll pass along the question, so if right along to us, because sometimes the phones on our end get a little crazy, and we all know that. So Vicki will take the calls, 667-5814.
What about texting?
We are also going to text. If you're sitting there and you've got, if you've got your iPhone or your Droid or whatever, and you want to do a little texting, you can text us right here, and that's 860-305-9801. Studio text. Son of a gun. 860-305-9801. We'll get the message here and we can pass it on. If you have any questions for the Brawlers, I am really, really impressed. That's a great hook. I got to tell you something though. As much as you say you're not doing, you don't do it for publicity. You need to get some publicity. Just because that's how we got to get $15,000 to get you down to Florida. Because if people need to know that you're out there, so there's nothing wrong with. It's not like you're boasting. But it's a great success story. I think. Have you had write-ups or stories about you in Newington Life or anything? People know your backstory.
Newington Life just did a small article.
Great.
Last went out there, and I met with Mr. Janney, and he's going to do another one when we get back.
Great.
When we get back there. Like I said, I never would have thought in the beginning of the year that we would even have a chance to go to Florida. It just happened.
So you had 10 games, right? You played
10 games. Yes, we were 10-0.
Who do you typically? What are the other teams you play against? Are they similar in composition to the Brawlers, or just?
Yes, they're
semi-pro or amateur.
Oh no, they're all semi-pro.
All right.
And those are football teams. I'm the only one in the league. There's 64 teams in our league, and I'm the only one in the team that has a program like this. We're a year-round together. I'm an old school teacher way back, so I work with the kids with their SATs to try and get them back into college. Wow. We try to get our guys with GEDs that don't have GEDs. We try and get them GEDs. I told you about getting the guys jobs. So we're just trying to get guys that had not much of a chance to get a chance over. I just want to make one thing clear though. Not every player on our team is in that boat. We also have a guy you're going to meet pretty soon here, Mario Aka. He's one of our mentors. Okay. He's a guy that's had it tough growing up young, but didn't succumb to drugs or bad grades or getting in trouble. So we also have young men like Mario, who's a shining example of you don't have to fall victim to that.
But you say he did have a tough time.
Absolutely.
But now he's here to mentor some other people.
He's here to give back also. It's a great program for guys that who helps a 23-year-old kid that maybe went to jail for a year or doesn't have a high school education.
But I'll tell you something, and I think if we spoke to the John Donahue back there, our president, and Scott Allen and some of those guys, maybe we could try to work with you somehow and put together a program here, and bring in some of your guys to learn how to run some of the equipment. And maybe put on a sports program or something like that.
That sounds like a good idea.
Actually, we did work the cameras a couple of times.
Great.
And both of those guys that came here, both got jobs 2 weeks after that, which is that's our success. Our success is not in football. Our success is not on the field. Our success is seeing that kid be able to pay his bills, be able to pay child support.
Oh yeah.
Be able to to have a future, because there's so many kids that that are lost these days. 23 years old. If you don't have an education, even with a college degree, you have problems.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
If you don't.
Okay, we got a note off the air. How about a GoFundMe page?
We do have I'll let Mark do that. That's Mark's.
Mark,
Mark, go for it.
Mark Seams is the
That's
team
my shtick.
manager, and he's player number 92, and you're
Go
a
to
defensive
GoFundMe
tackle.
as soon as you get the address
Yes.
from Mark.
So I posted on the 3 Newington on Facebook, the What's Happening Newington, Newington News, and Newington Speaker Mind.
Yeah.
So if you go to GoFundMe, we have an account. It's just search for the Connecticut Brawlers, or you can look at any of the old posts. I post probably once every 2 weeks, where Scott from What's Happening Newington is getting enough of me posting. But I try to post as much as I possibly can. And and Coach was talking about we're a program. So donating, my company's donated. I've had customers of mine donated also. We are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization.
That's very good to know. Everybody pay attention. 501c3, that means it's tax deductible.
Correct, and we are a registered organization, nonprofit. We actually have Five and Dime here in town. They actually donated to us for this year also.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So they were a great sponsor. So that's kind of how we're trying to raise money, is through GoFundMe.
So now, how are we doing on GoFundMe? Are we getting any action at all, or what?
Well, we are short. So Coach is saying it costs about $15,000 to go to Florida. Our game is January 20th, and we are
January 20th in Florida.
correct. So we're supposed to leave next Wednesday, Thursday
boy.
to go to Florida, and we are $5,000 short. And,
right.
You
and the thing is,
gotta have some
At-
sort
at
of luck,
least-
don't you?
at least.
That's least. And I want to say something. I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're not going flying down there like we're the Miami Dolphins. We're having 12 passenger vehicles that we're driving down there.
Okay.
We're staying
24 hours.
24 hours
Straight
driving there,
Okay,
straight
good.
there. We have we're trying to rent 2 houses down there that are 14 people houses
Okay.
to stay in there, because it's 10 times cheaper to rent a house for 5 days than motel rooms.
Now, where's the game going to be down there?
Orlando, Florida.
Oh, is it the same place to do Pop Warner?
It's a suburb. It's Alamonte Springs.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I think Pop Warner's
a-
inside.
right.
Disney or something.
Yeah, it's not that one. That's where the youth guys play too.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
went there, but no, that we're short a good $5,000. But I want people to know that they're not donating for us to go down and have a party down in Florida.
No.
We're
How many guys are making the trip?
the entire team.
Okay.
I won't leave anybody behind.
So
it's
ballpark,
all or
how
nothing.
many people is that?
It's 28 people.
Right.
Okay.
28 people.
Plus you got to haul your equipment down, the
All the
uniform,
equipment.
All the equipment down.
padding, everything else.
And then we have to pay for fields when we're down there just to practice.
Yeah.
So, and we got to practice.
And you got to feed 28 people, and you have to, put them up. And I know I've talked to many people about donating, and they said, well, they're adults. Well, there's so many good causes out there. I want them to know that most of these guys are just part of the beginning of this program.
Yeah.
So they're not financially set yet. That, they're in the process of getting there and doing that. But we're still, a lot of them are still a long ways away from, and then even if we get these guys jobs, they're $10 and but it's a start for these guys, and it's a great start, and that's all we're looking to do.
Okay, so we've got one more guy we want to bring in, so you're going to rotate out, only because we've got to make sure we we get to some other business here in town. So
Yep.
we're going to have you leave, all right? And I want to, it's Mark, there's nothing you did wrong, but now we've got Mario Aka, is that how he says?
Mario Aka.
Mario Aka, who's a linebacker number 2, and he's a mentor to some of the guys. Is that what you said?
That he is.
Okay. Mario Aka, okay, hang
And
stay
here he
still.
comes.
Here he, oh my God, the size of this guy. He's flexing over there.
Yeah,
in the corner.
you better
He just-
behave yourself.
Yeah, no, look at that. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. Sure.
And he's even got a trophy for it, too.
Okay, you
so-
guys swap out. Oh, there you go. You're just going to plug him in. Jeez, my gosh. Holy
All
cow.
right.
Mark, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
It seems like Mark is leaving. Ha, sorry.
Ah.
Resist. Okay. And now we have Mario Aka, number 2. So Mario, how about this? Is there a way that we can tell a little bit more of the story? Like Mario, what was it how did you hear about the Brawlers and how did you get involved? And it sounds like you've got quite a story yourself. It's a great mentor to all these guys.
Yeah, especially him. Yeah, actually, when I was younger, he actually came to my town in Plainville,
Okay.
where I lived, and coached me. And at that point in time, I was going through my mom had a divorce, so it was really tough. And he stepped in at the right moment, and made a big difference in my life. And then next year, we ended up going to a different town together, and then it's been history after that.
So you've been
stuck
like
with
his-
him ever since.
Almost like his assistant with all these other things
He's
together.
like a father to me, like a father figure, I'd say, for sure.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I know it's. I was in the Big Brothers program for quite a few years. My little brother, Chad grew up and moved on. He's found. I don't even. I'm lucky if I can get through on his phone now.
Yeah.
But it does make such a difference. How old were you when all this happened?
What's that? That was
10.
10 years old. Now I'm 27.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a long time.
So, with your role in the team, obviously you're a linebacker, so you're responsible for getting it done on the field. But what are some of the things you do to give the guys some mentoring and some inspiration?
Oh man, just any problems they have in their life, whether it be with girlfriends or
Yeah, you're there to listen.
everything, an ear,
Uh-huh.
a place to stay, what they need, food, anything.
Wow.
I'm always there.
Boy.
I mean, that's what I do.
Man, oh man! If you're just joining us, this is the Newington, Connecticut Brawlers. We've got it's a AA football team. Is that what you said? AA team, and they're 10-0 this year, and that gives them the right to. They've earned the right to go down to Florida and play in the championship, and they've got to raise $15,000 to make the trip. You got to have what, 3-4 vans? How many vans are going down? You got 28 guys.
Right. We've got 5. We got 4 vans, and Mark doesn't know it yet, but we're taking his car too.
Oh,
his
good.
truck too. But don't
Check
tell
in
him
your
that.
keys, Mark.
Don't tell him that yet. But he's taking all the equipment.
Wow. And so they've worked hard. They play here on the Clem Lemire field sometimes, and also in New Britain or anything. What about when do you start your season? September? And when does it get going?
Well,
as far as people come to see the
our
games.
meeting for next year's team is this Saturday night.
Okay.
It's this Saturday. We start first of the year.
Yep.
One thing I want to explain too is when all these teams come down here, we're very good for Newington or wherever town we're in because when the team comes from Maine, they have to stay over, they have to eat somewhere, they have to drink somewhere, they have to go out and be entertained after night. They got to get gas somewhere. They've got to buy little incidentals. They all bring their families with them. So economically too, we help the town dramatically too. And of course, when a team comes to us, we hand out where's the best restaurant to go, where's the motel to go, where's the bar to go, and all that.
Important things.
Yeah, well, that's you got to answer the questions.
You
Do your
bet.
guys make any kind of stipend for playing or anything?
They cannot.
They cannot. Okay.
They cannot because then they lose any kind of eligibility to go to college.
Oh,
If you
okay.
play for us as semi-pro, the minute you get either someone pay for you or anything,
Yep.
there's rules and guidelines I've got to
Now,
follow.
Is there any connection with any of the teams in the NFL? I mean, are you like a farm team for the Patriots or
No.
something like that? No, you're completely
No.
independent.
Completely independent. But the Newington thing, we do a lot for the town as far as trying to give back. To not only when you ask people to donate, then you never see them again.
Yeah.
Well, we go to those places.
Okay.
I don't know if I can say names, but there's
Sure, go
Five
ahead.
and Dime. That guy's wonderful, and I love going to that place.
Okay.
That place
Oh,
is
it's a great place to eat. Are you kidding me?
wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish they had more chairs, and
Yeah.
it's terrible. I can't go there and eat because I sit in this guy's lap and this guy's lap. They only got them two little things, so I always get it to go. But I love that place, and he's been very helpful to us. But we'd love to get more people involved.
What other businesses in town get involved?
That's it.
Have you talked to the chamber at all? Have you met Bob Newbold?
I know Bob personally from businesses, from my own business,
Yep.
but I have not brought this to Bob per se. But we have gone to other businesses. But again, like I say, it's a hard sell. Everyone's asking for money nowadays, and money's tight. And
Yeah, but it sounds like It sounds like you're not afraid to work for it, though. So
Absolutely
if
not.
somebody's making a donation and somebody like, Five a Dime or whatever says, hey, listen, we need a little help here, maybe, straighten it up or plowing the parking lot or shoveling or whatever, you're not afraid to work for it. So if you can make a donation to the Brawlers and you need some work done at your place or you need some sort of, good muscle, these are the guys to call.
we've done more dump runs this year.
Oh, yeah?
We've done over 50 houses this year with cleaning, brush. And unfortunately, we've had horrible weekend weather. The last 5 weeks, it's rained every time. So we do most of our stuff on weekends. And there's people out there that we've tried to get to, but 4 years ago the list was 8 people. Then it was 15 people. Then it was 40 people. This year I had over 100 people requested me to do things. Over 100.
Wow. That's something.
Okay,
so what's the big trophy here? That's kind of like it's standing there. I better ask about it. So tell us what happened and what the trophy's all about.
This is the defensive MVP for the league, NEFL.
That's your personal trophy.
Yes, this is my personal trophy.
Oh wow!
All right.
Congratulations.
for the best defensive player in the league out of 64 teams.
Right.
However, my coaches put me in the correct positions, through film and practice to be able to earn this. And I couldn't have done it without my team, first and foremost. So it is a singular award, but
That's me talking.
Yes, I was about to say.
You hear me talking, right? Okay, go
I couldn't
ahead.
have done it without these guys. That's the truth.
That's what it is, and it's. I'm sure a lot of other stuff that these guys accomplish. Talk about teamwork.
Yeah.
It's a team that really helps some guys get through some tough times. You got you don't have. I did see a woman. Who was the woman that came in here where they said, "I'm not going on there"? Who was that young woman that was?
Oh, I didn't. She wasn't with us. Oh, God.
No, that was Deputy Mayor Beth Delbuno, who was at a meeting across the hall.
Oh, okay.
You
And
get
I
me in
asked
trouble. Way to go, Steve.
I'm asking Beth if she's one of your
Jeez.
cheerleaders. Oh, that's going to get me a lot of
wasn't a
points here
wife
and
or
down.
girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see Beth. I just saw.
Wasn't a wag.
I just saw
as
she had
it's
the
referred to
pom-poms
in
and she
the
was like,
press. She may have been a cheerleader.
probably is
in
over
her
on
day.
your side of the building too. Yeah, he's a really big cheerleader.
no,
Wow, I think that's awesome.
Steve, I just wanted to say one quick thing about Mario and a lot of my guys.
Yeah.
Mario donates his time every day over at Rocky Hill with the youth program wrestling over there. Mario was a champion wrestler too in high school.
Oh, wow.
But he also goes over to Rocky Hill. What's the name of the team?
Griswold Middle School.
It's for the middle school kids, teaching them wrestling and stuff over there. And as far as Newington goes, we have 6 Newington players, town residents,
really?
that play on our team. Mario is from Plainville, but most of our guys are New Britain, Newington, Plainville, Hartford. That's where most of our guys.
Are there other teams around this greater Hartford area that
Oh.
are like you guys?
No one's like us. But there are 13 teams in Connecticut,
Excuse me, they're AA teams, but they're not like your program.
double A or single A teams. Yes, but they're football teams. Like I say, we're not a football
You're a
team. We're a
year-round
football program.
Football program.
Right.
That's really something.
We go to. I just got 2 letters the other day. I go to the jail, maybe every 4, 5, 6 months in
Great.
Cheshire, and speak to the inmates down there, and try and give them hope and try and let them know that don't just waste your time in here. Study so you come out and don't have to start over.
Yeah.
At zero.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for.
There's a guy. There's a guy over in. Hopefully I get this right. Guy over in New Britain, Swag. He's over by the. He's got a place. What he does is he takes guys that are going through tough times, and a lot of people that are have gone through problems with alcohol, drugs, and everything, and they really society's basically said. And what he does is he brings them into his auto body shop, and trains them how to. They build cars like went out to Barrett Jackson. but these are all guys that, they see they have a value. And it sounds to me like what you're doing is you're going into the finding people who maybe are pretty down on themselves and seeing that they do have some sort of value in what they're doing.
Well, Steve, when I was younger, I had a lot of issues myself growing up. And thankfully, a gentleman who probably doesn't even know what he did to me or how he helped me, but through sports and helping me and just showing a little bit of confidence in me, turned my life around. Mm-hmm. I would not be here today if it wasn't for that man. And I always said I would always wanted to help someone else if I could ever do that, because I know what those dark days were like. And, and now, with someone believing you, that just builds you. That just builds you up. And some of these guys have just been torn down to, and let's face it, some guys don't have the luxury of going to a Newington school or having two parents and having money and being able to buy things and that. And,
but you're giving them a sense of self-worth.
That's what you have. That's the secret.
They got to find out that they do have a value to doing something.
And everybody does. Everybody does.
We had some guys on here back last year, the year before. Fresh Start Pallet Products.
That's right.
And they were out of, I think, Salem Hill, maybe in Hartford, and from a homeless shelter. And they started building furniture because they had pallets across the street. So they made benches and all that stuff, and now that's grown because all those guys learned something while they were in there, realized that they were, could be valuable, artisans by learning that. So I think it's awesome. Yeah. So only need $5,000. Okay, we only need $5,000. Okay, can somebody just write this guy a check? We go to the Florida.
Go to GoFundMe.
GoFund
That's what I'm gonna do when I get home.
And going forward, I'm not leaving. I'm going to be here.
You really have to. The show.
No, but I'm not. I'm not leaving Newington. We're going to try and.
He's not saying being literal.
Okay.
Right. We're going to try and get our home games at our home field as best possible, and those guys work like crazy to try to help us too. So no, we're not being selected out or not. There's just one field.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And the kids come first, and they should come first.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough to have a backup field, but we want to play in our hometown, on our home field, in front of our home fans.
So what have you got? Have you got a Facebook page for you guys? How do people find out more about the team and how they can help? And they got the GoFundMe. Go to GoFundMe page and look up Newington Connecticut Brawlers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can see that we got to raise a few more dollars.
Yes. There's also Connecticut Brawlers is our Facebook page.
Yep.
Connecticut Brawlers. And unfortunately, we're lacking a little bit on that because I don't know the computers. I don't text.
I noticed. I looked at it before the program, and you still have references to the 2017 season.
Yeah, that could be. But we're going to blame Mark on that too, because that's supposed to be his thing.
Hey, come on, man! You got to be up
not here.
Yeah.
But that's it. But I'm a one-man show. I'm the guy who pays the bills. I'm the guy that makes the calls. I'm the guy that does the this, the that, and that's just the least thing I know about.
You need Al Cohen. God rest his soul.
Oh, yeah.
Al Cohen was a great PR man. You need somebody out there that can just wave your flag for you. You're doing a great job. But there's people that are really masterful at that, whether it's doing it socially
or connecting with the chamber would help you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, when you look at, you got to get the Twitter followers and Facebook and all that stuff that I don't understand. Instagram, you need somebody who's smiling back there. Have you been telling him this all along?
We try.
Well, see, the problem is, did you go to school in Newington?
I did not.
Okay. What year did you get out of high school?
1977.
Okay, 1977. You're too old. Now you got to have somebody about half your age. I told a buddy of mine. I said, you're the biggest thing holding your business back. You got to look back at the person 30s, 20s, and let them do what you're not able to do. God bless you. You're doing a great job, but you have to turn over to those. I mean, my girl Angela, her daughter's like 25. Boom. It's all social. You got to get that next generation involved because you got a good heart. You're doing some great stuff, and you're making a big difference in these people's lives. But if you've got some guys that maybe need a little responsibility and they know how to do that stuff, because I sure as hell have no idea.
I'm right with you.
But I see him smiling, and the look on his face.
They know. They get texts from me. I don't know how to. I spell a word. I spell it wrong. I don't know how to go back and do it. So and I got sausages for fingers. So I hit a W and it's supposed to be an A. And
yep. So that's what you got to do.
Decipher my stuff. God bless you.
You see guys like that, and maybe they've got other people in their family and stuff. Because that's it. It's guerrilla marketing. It's like you don't have money to do that, so you do the GoFundMe, you get out there, you push it on Facebook, push it on Twitter, Instagram, all those things that I can't do, but I can tell you, they know how.
And Steve, the thing about going to a Brawlers game is in your hometown is It's $8 to get in. It's free for kids. Father could bring his 3 kids for $8.
And where do they go to get tickets?
Right in it for you pay right when you get in.
Okay, so you just go to the game.
Just go to the game.
And where do
at
we
the
find
gate.
your schedule? Is it posted anywhere around
It will
town?
be posted again. It's not on anymore because our schedule's over with.
Okay.
Yeah, it's $8 to get in.
Looking ahead, when's your 2019 season?
We will start. Our first game will be preseason game will be in June, depending on field availability.
In June, so you're going through the summer then.
Yep. But we will be starting in February 1st. We in Newington, right on the Berlin Turnpike. We lift and condition 3 days a week.
All right.
At night, starting there.
Wait a minute. Tell me that again.
Starting February 1st.
Yep.
We lift and condition 3 nights a week.
Okay.
Over at Connecticut Workout, right behind Stop and Shop.
Oh yeah, it's a great
He's
place
wonderful.
over there.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, what's his name? Oh my God!
Put me on the spot.
No, I'm sorry. In fact, I think I met his parents. Really nice guy. I don't know if they're from Simsbury or somewhere out there. They're not in Newington, but he came here and he opened that place.
Right. He opened, and he's wonderful to us, and he gives us a break because we have to, and that's not even counted in the cost of what we do every year. I just do that to support my guys, to keep them together and keep them motivated and to meet everybody. You got to meet everybody. Some of these guys need those meetings. They're actually meetings for them. Mm-hmm. You know, where they can come, like Mario said, and come and talk to them just one-on-one, not talking to an adult or a teacher or a counselor, just to one of your peers, and just, you know, oh man, this is just terrible. And where someone could, you know, understand, and who cares to listen to you.
You got a great story, and that's what people really do need to know about. Really do. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys, and hopefully keep us in the loop. Let us know what's going on.
Absolutely.
And I hope you can raise that $5,000, or maybe check in with us next month, even if you just give us a call and let us know how you made out.
Well, we're going to live stream the game on What's Happening in Newington.
Cool.
Oh,
and another channel too. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one said they would do it. We asked all 3 of them. Okay. And I think What's Happening was the only one that responded back.
Okay.
But we're going to live stream the game there. You'll be able to see it live from Florida. That's if we get there. We have until Thursday to finalize the deal, or we
this
get
Thursday.
That's it.
7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, you'll do it. Just
right.
go to GoFundMe if you can help these guys out at all.
The date of the game in Florida
is the 20th, Sunday the 20th, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Orange Blossom Bowl. The 20th, we're playing the South Dade Immortals. South Dade Immortals from Florida.
Okay, so now what happens? Is that a final game, or do you take another game?
Oh no, that's the national championship game.
That's the big one. That's the whole enchilada.
As a matter of fact, the South Dade mayor talked to me the other day and wanted to talk to you, and they wanted to bet something with you on our team.
Sure.
So
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Right. So something that Newington's famous for, he wanted to.
I'll bet him a case of Dirty Mayor cider.
Right, Dirty Mayor up against another Dirty Mayor.
Dirty Mayor cider.
That.
That's Florida. You got to be careful down there.
Oh yeah, you do.
Jim, I thank you very, very much for giving us your time.
No, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Always
thank you very much, sir.
Great story.
Best of luck.
Really wonderful.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, man.
Mario.
That's great. Thank you.
Now come get on the field.
Yeah, we will. Man, oh man, good-looking guy. He looks like he got to do, you know, he got to
that's
rest of
why
the team like this. Big, handsome, burly guys.
Betcha.
You know, back in the day, I never looked like that.
Neither did I.
27 years old. He looks like he's only 20 years old. All right.
Even in my brief football career, I didn't look like that.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, you can grab your. Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, don't forget. Don't leave the trophy behind because he'll keep it.
That's Mario Aka, and thank you so much, Mario.
Have a great one.
Yep, and Mario Aka, and then Rick Barshon, who's the coach and the owner, and before that was Mark Steems, the team manager. Oh my gosh. Great guys. But if you can go to GoFundMe and help them out, they need your help. It's a great Newington organization. You need to help them spread the word. They got to do some more of that stuff.
My earpiece is not behaving.
That's okay.
That's why. Oh, okay. Here comes the commercial.
We talk a lot about Patty Foley. Patty's been the driving force behind this place, and sometimes she could drive us crazy, but we love you, Patty. But she's always looking at more opportunities for NCTV 14. She really leads the charge. She spends a lot of times behind the scenes. Sometimes you'll see her on camera out at the extravaganza. She works very, very hard. She believes a lot. She's been with us for quite some time, and we appreciate it. And she comes to me today and says, okay, this is a great bargain. This is a fundraiser for Newington. So come in right in here. I'm going to put that right there. Can we see this? Okay. It's called Taste. Now, this particular book is the Taste, Dining, and Activity book. It's just $25, and it's loaded with, I can't even count how many dollars worth of savings in here.
Lots and lots.
Lots and lots. And, I mean, Mr. Mayor, you probably...
I've got one.
Have you got one of these things?
I've got one already. Yeah, Jerry Nagel hit me up as soon as they came in.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Stand up the book, Steve.
Yes.
There you go. There we go. Take a good shot of it there. Okay. If you want more, if you'd like to know about the book, you can email us NCTV at
NCTV.org.
NCTV.org, of course, is our website. But you can also go to us on Facebook. If you go to Facebook and look up NCTV, you can do a message on there, and I'm sure Patty will get back to you about how you can get a book. But this book, I see this? I got to open it up here because I don't know what some of the deals are. Okay. Right. We got Worcester Pizza Shop. We got $5 off of Cora. I mean, it's just all these. There's all coupons in here.
Yeah, and it's a complete spectrum of places to eat, from the fast food places to places like Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
Are in there.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not just Newington; it's throughout the greater Hartford area. I mean, there's something for McDonald's.
This is look at the size of this book. So please go to our Facebook page if you'd like to know how you can pick one of these up. It's just $25, and I venture to say there's just hundreds of dollars worth of savings in there if you use the book. So many people really like these coupon books too.
And don't forget that NCTV is completely volunteer.
Oh, you're not kidding. That's how we got Patty.
There is only a small portion of its budget covered by town tax dollars.
And we know that, Mr. Mayor. It was actually pretty tough this year to get anything at all.
Very tight, very tight years. And I don't see it getting any better in the near future. But
well, and the only way that we can take care of these things, like cover the town meetings and all that, is by getting some support from you. So we're always looking for donations ourselves. But usually the last Thursday of each month, we have a meeting down here around 7 o'clock. At the beginning of the meeting, right at the top, we talk about, we look for new business and any thoughts you have. And if you want to, learn how to operate equipment here, you want to do a show, you want us to cover something for you, just come to one of our meetings and see how you get involved. And it is the last Thursday of each month, 7 o'clock. We're right down here next to the police department in the back of the town hall. At least so far.
So far.
Is the building moving yet, or are we still staying there?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
I'm glad we hit another major milestone in the town hall renovation project.
Okay.
Just under a week ago, we had the big bid opening for the project. The bid opening. There were close to 100 bids received for 21 trade areas. So the people who know such things say that's a good response for us. All the bids are being reviewed now by our construction manager, Downs Construction in New Britain, who in turn will report to the building committee. We don't have a building committee meeting date set yet, but this is putting us one step closer to groundbreaking, hopefully by mid-March.
Really?
That's what we're looking at. Now, one of the other parts of this project, too, is the new parking lot over by the library.
Yeah, I see that, yep.
Yeah, that's been paved. There were some issues with the way it was paved, so some core samples of the paving of the asphalt have been pulled. They're being evaluated. See if we're going to have the contractor redo it when the weather gets better. But right now, the asphalt is down. It's striped.
Really?
The plantings have been done. I don't know why they're doing planting in the middle of winter, but what do I know?
Guys got to work, The
only thing we're waiting for now are the light fixtures. And for those who are concerned about the big library Winterfest, the Friends fundraiser, There will be lighting provided if the permanent lighting isn't installed.
What is the library's winter fun winter? What is it?
Winterfest. It's the annual Friends of the Library wine and beer and cheese tasting thing.
Okay, and where do they do that?
In the library, of course.
Really, right there, huh?
Hey, right in the library. It's going to be on Friday, January 18th from 6:30 to 9. Unless it's a blizzard, then it's going to be put off a week.
Okay, and that's going to be, let me put that down again. Friday?
Friday, the 18th of January.
Okay.
And tickets for that are $15 in advance or $18 at the door.
Okay, now, what does the money get me?
A warm feeling inside.
No, but I mean, you taste wine and chocolate or whatever.
Yeah, you've got the wine samples, beer samples. There's usually a good spread of food. I don't know if they're going to have the cheese. I don't know if they're going to have chocolates out. And chocolates were at the chamber event.
Okay.
At the old G. Fox building.
And what are the hours again for this?
6:30 to 9.
6:30 to 9. If you get tickets beforehand,
you save $3.
You save $3. You get them for $15. If not, just run up to the door and get them for $18. The library, of course, needs all the help they can get.
And best of all, you can talk out loud in the library, and then nobody will run up to you and say shush.
That's right. You can just the library people scream about.
That's right.
I tell you, I went in there and I was so impressed because I haven't had a library card in years, and I went in there because I just got tired of. I've been getting into more reading, and I just got tired of throwing away money. And then I found out about when I was in the library, and they said, "Oh, we don't have that, but you can download it. You can get it. And there's some podcasts, there's some movies.
Yep.
You just do that Hoopla thing.
Yep.
And I can watch it on my phone or listen to. I just got done the audio book for Michael J. Fox, Lucky Man, all about. His career and then going into the whole Parkinson's thing.
Yeah.
But it's great. I didn't know anything about that. You can do that very, very...
amazing how a library can expand your
it's amazing.
awareness.
Yep. So now what else is going on around town, Mr. Mayor?
This is January. You know what that means? That means it's the second installment of property taxes.
Yeah, now, I got to ask a question. Have they all gone out?
They went out in June. We cut back the second mailing for budget reasons. That's how tough it is.
Oh, my God. People got to know that because I'm sure they do, but I was looking for that because what happened to me was I got a bill for like a few dollars for an old car that I had. Yeah. And it's because they changed the registration or something. Yeah. They said, well, you'll get that in January. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is for the real estate tax installment.
Oh, okay. Terrific. Yep. So, okay. I'm so excited about that.
I am. I know exactly where my second installment bill is at end of the month, so I get the float on the money. I'm going to go up and pay it.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing how many of us, ride it out to the last minute.
Yeah, I know.
Line is all the way down to the town hall.
And then I know there are those who will forget and lose the second half of their bill, and I know I'm going to get the calls, but...
you don't want to mess with these guys.
We've been making a concerted effort to get the word out. January, you pay your second installment.
You know something? I'm really glad we did this because you are right. I just didn't know that we're going to have that second mailing. I do remember seeing on my property tax that there'd be a due again in January, but I didn't know there wouldn't be another mailing.
See, what you do with the second one, you put it on the refrigerator with the magnet. So every time you go in for ice cream or beer, you say, "Oh yeah, in January I got to make that second payment."
You haven't been inside my refrigerator for a long time. I'm not even getting inside my refrigerator that much. I make sure I go and mooch off of other people.
Oh, there you go.
Before I do forget, like I have done in the past,
That's right.
Monday, February 4th, the first Monday in February will be our next show. And our volunteers tonight, boy, have we got to listen.
Oh, they're all out tonight.
Yep, Ellen Schiller, of course, she's over there on the camera.
Ellen.
She's having so much fun. Calm down, please, Ellen. This is embarrassing. John Donahue, Scott Allo, Joe Trombetta, Ted Rosenkrantz. Hi, Doc. Vicki Rosenkrantz, Michael Rosenkrantz. Oh, that's a song.
Yeah, he's in the control room.
Oh, wow. Robert Blank is here. Also, Robert J. Blank is here. And, of course, Patty Foley, I think she's got another show lined up for February talking about something with the Special Olympics we're working on. I don't know how that's going to come together, but she shot me some sort of a note. And that's another thing, Patty's always looking for show ideas, so you can just contact her at nctv.org.
She's our
or
casting
find her on
director.
Facebook.
She's our casting director.
Oh, yeah. She's the one that came up with the brawlers.
There we go. Hey, I got one other thing, too.
Yes, what do you got?
Speaking of looking for people, we're putting together the committee to plan for Newington's 150th in 2021. Wow. We put the word out. We're looking to form a committee of 21 people. We're about halfway there with response. The deadline had been the end of last year. But
What is this one, 150th?
Newington's 150th. Wow. Newington's 150th, you bet.
Oh, my gosh.
That's right. And if you're interested, go to the town's webpage. There's a link there to send in. There's a form, actually,
Yep.
that you can fill out online and submit it indicating your interest. It looks for your name and address. And we really want to, we're going to get started on taking a look at the first batch of people who've submitted their names probably next week.
Boy, we did a whole legacy program, I think, for the 125th.
Yeah.
And that was with Darlene Frink. She helped us a lot. And,
Yeah.
And the team here at 14. And we went out and did interviews. Oh, my God, I think Gideon Wells was still alive back then. And we had Roger Eddy was on with us and all these great Newington folks. But that was the 125th. I remember the 100th. My gosh, the centennial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what year? It was 75?
That would have been 1971.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yep. It's that time. So if you want to help out, you go to town website. What's on the town website?
There should be right on the town's homepage. Just scroll down a little bit. There should be a link to submit your name for the committee, the planning committee.
It looks like Chick-fil-A is coming along nicely.
Yeah,
When's that thing going to open?
Probably in the spring, early spring, it looks like.
Well, I also want to tell you, I had a great experience, and this was really, really, I was pleasantly surprised. I did go up and down the pike. I needed tires. I had tires on my truck, weren't going to be inexpensive. So I wanted to shop everywhere because that way I have other people to answer to. Did I look everywhere? And I went to the new Firestone, and I was impressed. I was very impressed with the people there, the service there. I really was, and they're very competitively priced. But I will tell you, everybody on the Turnpike was fantastic. You know, all of the places I went to, and it really came down to there wasn't that much price difference. But I was really impressed with the particular guy that I met that day when I went into the Firestone place. And so it's for people I had never been in there. Because I look at it, unfortunately, and just say, it's Big Firestone. I don't know those people. But I will say they're working hard and they're trying their best to impress people. And I was impressed.
Good.
So they keep up with everybody. But, of course, like I say, there's a lot of great people all around town. So we appreciate that. All right, Mr. Mayor, we're going to do it again on February 4th, Monday, February 4th, 7 p.m.
Right.
And in the meantime, you can also send email, talktothemayor@nctv.org. Go to us on Facebook. If you want to get this great, phenomenal coupon book, go to Facebook, to our Facebook page for NCTV 14. You can message Patty Foley on there. She'll give you more information about the taste book. So good stuff. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
All right.
We're just about out of time, so we'll see you all again on February 4th.
February 4th. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Where's the music?